Good battery life on the smartphone is today essential for many power users. And lately we have seen a lot of new China smartphones coming with a huge battery but with no innovation. The Innos D6000 is going to change that, and for the first time we see a phone with two batteries, one 2500 mAh internal and one 3500 mAh removable. That combined gives 6000 mAh battery capacity and support dual charge technology, which means it can charge both batteries at the same time and that way speed up the charging time. I'm Styler and this is the Innos D6000 from gearbest.com. So the Innos D6000 is a 5.2-inch Full HD smartphone running with Android Lollipop out of the box. It is also using the new reversible USB 3.1 Type-C port and has 3GB RAM and 32GB ROM. It is powered by the Snapdragon 615 Octa-Core chipset, but a cheaper MediaTek version called D6000M with only 2GB RAM should also be on the way. So other highlights besides the dual batteries is the camera, which is on real 16 megapixel and is also pretty good in low light situations. The overall phone build quality is very solid, but the back cover is, in my opinion, a little bit slippery. For a list with all specifications, please have a look below in the video description. So together with the phone you get some content, some accessories. Let me show these here. We get here a very huge battery, and the capacity on this one is on 3520 mAh. Then we have the USB Type-C cable. So this is a flat type and you can see it's of nice quality. We have here the wall charger, and this is a 2 amp 5 volt. And last you also get here some Chinese papers from Innos in English and also in Chinese. And I think this is some kind of quick start guide, basic guide, mobile manual. Let me also shortly show you here the specifications on the back side. So the phone design and also the rear back I already showed and explained in my full unboxing video that you also can find on my channel. So I will not go in detail with that again. But I can just add that the holes in the bottom of the phone are not actually real stereo speakers. The sound is only really coming out of the right side and provides sound quality above average. The USB Type-C port is really nice and easy to use. The frame is very hard and according to Innos, it is an aluminium magnesium alloy frame coated with 3 layers of thermal graphite. The buttons on the side feels hard and nice to press, and the sound via the headphone jack when using earphones is really good and very loud. Actually, it is so loud that I was unable to turn the volume up all the way using my Piston 2 earphones, else my ears would just explode. Below in the video description I will provide a Geekbench 3 battery test and timestamps for this review, so you can jump around the things I have tested. And in the end of the video I will also list my pros and cons, so stay tuned. Let me show you the phone and let's turn it on. So we have the lock screen here, we have the shortcuts, and right now I have set up the clear lock screen, and this means that you can actually look through the lock screen just blurred, so you can see the desktop behind. If I for example would go to the music player like this and turn it off, turn it on, you can still see the music player in the background. So that's a nice effect. We see the UI, and let me just scroll a little bit. Actually the wallpaper in the background is also a stock wallpaper on the phone, and these are the stock icons. So as you notice here, the UI, the launcher is pretty snappy, it's fast, but I must admit that sometimes it can slow down a little bit. Small hiccups, small lags if the phone is overloaded, but generally it runs okay. We see the untouched screen buttons here below, and unfortunately you can't switch the back and the menu. You have to live with these. But if you go, for example, into the Play Store, you want to search, you see this one here is changing to down. Let me just try to click on the down, and you can see now it turns this way, so it can change. And you can also here see the keyboard in the corner and choose other keyboards. The phone will use the power from the removable battery first, and after that the internal. But it is also possible to remove the battery while the phone is on, and it will just switch to the internal, and you could basically insert another new spare battery without the need ever to turn off the phone. And here you can see the notification LED in red color, so there are no multicolors, no other colors, but this is actually also fine and enough. Now let's have a look at the buttons, the software on-screen buttons. When you click one time here, you will get the menu for wallpaper, manage apps and launcher settings, system settings. And let's see the launcher settings. So you can change how the transition effects should be. If you hold the home, you get here the multitasking overview. And we have task manager and clear all, and you can actually see these here, and you can stop all or just stop some of the apps if you want. Let me demonstrate the vibration in the phone. So the vibration is not the strongest in my opinion, but it may be because the phone is so thick, so it's not so easy to feel the vibration, but it's there. Next, let's have a look at the viewing angles, and you notice the viewing angle is really nice here from the bottom of the phone. Let's try here from the top, the same, also very vivid and sharp. So regarding the connectivity, the Wi-Fi and the network is really good. Didn't experience any problems or issues while I tested the phone. You can see the Wi-Fi is in top here, and also the network is almost in top. So good reception, good Wi-Fi range, good speed. And the phone of course also support 3G and 4G. I even also sometimes saw an H for high speed. So it does support a lot of different networks, and the speed is excellent. Let's have a closer look inside the camera app. So the camera app here looks a lot different what I'm used to from cheap China smartphones that usually are using the MediaTek chipset. This one here is, as told, using the Snapdragon. So we see here a different kind of camera app, and notice that the autofocus is working pretty well. Let's see in the settings. We see some different options: picture size 16 megapixels, countdown, timer, storage, and so on, face detection, HDR, and camera sound. We even also have red eye reduction. Let's have a look inside the picture size. And I can already now tell you that the picture quality is really good. I'm pretty satisfied with the pictures that this camera takes, and as always I will of course also provide a link to some samples below in the video description, so remember to have a look there for high resolution samples. But let's have a look inside the gallery. Very good details, as you can see here, and I can zoom really close into before you see any kind of noise or blur. And also some information about the front-facing camera. The front facing is also pretty good. I would say it does some pretty detailed pictures, but there is no kind of autofocus for the front. Let me also show you. You can click here, and here you can switch to the video mode or panorama. The video mode. See the settings, video quality, HD, full HD, normal HD, SD, VGA. And regarding video, I must say that the video recorder is also really nice. The quality is crisp and sharp. Let me just demonstrate here. And again, for the video sample, please have a look below in the video description. I will also be sharing this video so you can see it in high resolution for yourself. But overall, sharp and nice. Let's test out the LED flash. So these are dual LEDs, but they have a kind of yellow tone, as you can see, but very strong LEDs. Gives a lot of bright light. And let's try here in the dark to shoot a picture. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, looking good. And here another shot, and let's try to see the details. If you can see the aperture. Yeah, Aperture 2.0. So that's very good. And let's try out a test call.
Press 1. To change your personal options, press 2. You have no messages. Voicemail box. To listen to your messages, press
And this is the proximity sensor.
change your personal options, press 2.
And let me try to put the ear speaker here up to the microphone.
You have no messages in your voicemail box. To listen to your messages, press 1. To change your personal options, press 2.
Okay, so as you could hear, the sound is clear and loud from the ear speaker. Good. Let's now have a look inside the quick toggles and also the settings. Let's see, in the settings we have SIM cards, SIM 1 and 2. And let me try also here to see, you can switch to SIM 1 and 2 for the data, mobile data. And let's see inside more. We have networks, preferred network type. So here you can change and choose a lot of different types. So right now I have chosen here 3G or 4G, but you can also set it to, for example, a GSM, LTE, and so on. There are a lot of possibilities. We have buttons. Set up the button to end the call, volume buttons to wake up, set the hotkey for the camera. Let's try out the hotkey. We'll press here, and you can see it starts up the camera directly, but it's also possible to set up to other stuff here, of course, music player, screenshot, or more. Set up any app you want to start up. Very nice. We have status bar, show battery percentage, display, blur effect for the lock screen, global action dialog, volume control inside. So this means if I do like this, you can see here it's just black. If I set to blur, now it's like blurred. We have here some for the notification LED, pulse for low battery light, charging or normal notifications. And we have the storage. Total space available. Of course, I also installed a lot of games and apps right now, so they have been used some for that. We can see it support SD card and USB on the go. Then we find battery and battery saver. Let's see in the RAM consumption. We see here free 2.1 GB of RAM, so that's pretty good. Let's see show cached processes. Let's see here switch. Now we see 1.8 GB of RAM, 2.1 GB of RAM. We have users and system profiles. Default right now set up. You can change a lot of connectivity settings here. Let's get back again and let's see, we have location. This is the GPS is enabled. And in security we also find something interesting. Let me just show you. Lock screen shortcuts. So here you can tap an icon to change the left or right. Reassign them, for example here for the camera. Default or select application. So you can change this to something else than just the camera. Or here for the phone. Language and input. Of course this phone here support multi-language, so different languages to choose from. And we find normal settings, accessibility, printing and developer options, and about phone. Let's see here the build number. Android version is only 5.0.2, but for now it's okay. Support OTA. So that's it for the settings. There are no kind of smartwake or air gestures included in the software, so without any fancy features. So back here in the blur effect setting, let me try to disable for the lock screen. Let me get back, lock, and let me try to turn on the screen also with the volume buttons. Okay, so here you see the normal lock screen. This is just a wallpaper now, and it also have some special things like feedback, user manual. So in the user manual you can see and read about the different features and functions. So this is good for beginners, and we have feedback. For example, system reboots, power consumption, network issues and so on. So here you can contact Innos and send them a message or screenshot. So now I'm going to run some different test apps and a game. I will turn off for the background music, so check it out. So let's have a look on the live GPS test. So I just recorded this outside using GPS test. Now you can see 3D fix in use 7. The accuracy is down on 10. And in view are also some GLONASS satellites. The compass is working. We see it's down on 6 meters. And the signal are, okay. Average, I would call it. The accuracy 6 to 7. Now it has a lock on GLONASS satellites also. So overall, average GPS. So we are now in the end of this review, and I will now list some of my pros and cons. I really like the idea with 2 batteries, and I really like to see innovation like that. Also, the action button on the side is very useful, as you can set it up to start any app you want. The display is pretty good, sharp and with good colors and viewing angles, even though the brightness could have been a little bit higher for my taste. The rear speaker is in a quality above average, and the phone have good and very loud sound through headphones. Another thing I'm very pleased with is the camera. The camera shoots some good sharp pictures with a lot of detail, and video is also pretty good. It has a notification LED in red, no multicolor, but still better than nothing. And last but not least, it has really many built-in sensors like gyroscope and e-compass that all works great. So the cons are that it only has on-screen software buttons. This may be a big turn down for some users, while for me personally I can live with that. The phone is pretty thick, not especially heavy, but just thick to hold, and the back cover can be a little bit slippery. I didn't find any kind of smartwake features or air gestures, things that are normally very convenient to use in a smartphone, so you have to deal with that. The vibration in the phone is there, but hard to feel, especially when you have it in your pocket, maybe because of the phone thickness. The performance is good, but not super. The AnTuTu score is only average, but for most users it should still be more than enough. I think the firmware still needs some optimization. The UI is generally good, but not always 100% smooth to use. I really hope that they are going to optimize that soon. And last, the firmware, if not OTA, is not so easy to flash yourself, and you will need a bunch of special Qualcomm drivers and tools, as this phone is using the Snapdragon chipset. Some people already now also report that they lost their Play Store after flashing the phone by themselves, so please be careful. So that's it for the review. Remember also to check out my blog, you'll find the link in the video description. If you have any questions, please comment below, give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.